Hello, I'm Andy. Thank you for tuning in. Today I'm doing something a bit different. It's not often I go out with a plan to just shoot a particular subject, but that's exactly what I'm doing in this video. I saw a tree on the Winterton Dunes, I suppose a week or so ago when I was down there, and I thought that would make a good subject for a photo. And I set myself a task to go back and shoot it. So this is that photo shoot. I hope you like it. If you do, please click the like button and consider subscribing. Tell your friends as well. So I've had a little scout around. As you may be able to see, the tree's in a bit of a dip and surrounded by heathers. Wish I'd have found it earlier in the year when the heather was in bloom, but well, I didn't. I've got to a point where the tree is side lit and it might be difficult to pick the tree out from the background, but it is catching the sun, so I'm hopeful that this might work. You're going to see the proceeds of this regardless. I don't know how this is going to turn out. Time to get some gear out. I'm going to get it on a tripod and I'm going to capture this, but obviously I'm losing the opportunity as time goes on, so I'm just going to kind of get on with this. And my new bag, talk about this another time. It's very nice. It's a bit smaller than my last one. Judging by the way I'm struggling to put this zip in, probably a little overpacked, but very versatile. But we'll talk about that later. Oh, I wasn't expecting that to happen. Oh, that's not good. Oh, I need to look at that later. I'm in one of those positions where it's just that little too kind of low. I'll probably have to come a little further up here because I'm getting the sky in, which is not really what I want to do here. I don't think it's going to work. I'm going to get a little higher up. I'm not certain that I've got the shot I envisaged in my head here. The problem is that there's a lot of light on the tree, but equally there's a lot of light on all of the trees. It's not as though I've got a lot of kind of canopy cover here that's filtering the light and just lighting that tree. It's lighting the whole area. So the problem is very much, and of course I've got a long lens and my finger looks wrong here, so anyway. It's not working at all, this, is it? The problem is I can't isolate the tree because everything's catching the sun rather than just one or two things. And I really want the side light, but I need the height to avoid getting the sky in, because the lower I go, the more in line with the tree I am, and the more I'm getting the horizon. Not sure what to do right now. Well, perhaps. I did have the idea of wandering around to the other side and maybe shooting that way, but that is very much into the sun. There's a bank over here that I might be able to kind of get isolation on. Well, it just wasn't the right place, so yep, let's just move around and see whether we can find the right place. I should have come this way to start with. I think it's perfect. I can look straight down on it, I can get the light, and I think I might have the shot. I've got the idea that I've got the shot. So right now, as I'm framing up, I'm finding that these grasses are very much catching the light down here, and they're just taking the eye off. So I'm going to move around just a little way this way to hopefully avoid the grasses being in shot. And that's got it. That's got it. I'm just going to come round a touch more, I think. Just a couple of inches, because I was getting some, and a bit more even now. I'm getting just a little bit of highlight in the top left corner of the frame. I'm liking this composition. I'm liking it a lot. This may end up being a very short video. And if so, great, you've watched it all. Thank you very much. It might end up being, I still don't know whether this is going to be a good shot, but I'm quite excited about it. You might be able to tell. And all too often, I'm perhaps a little less excited about some of these shots than I might or should be. My tripod is sinking. It's a bit wobbly up here. Just going to put a trigger on it. Yes, I know I could use the self-timer, but where's the fun in that? Quite apart from the fact that I can't see the port to put the trigger in. Trigger in. Just frame that up again, make sure we haven't moved terribly. We've moved a tiny bit. Trigger. Turn the trigger on. I've got pretty much total isolation of the tree. We're at ISO 200, f13, 13th of a second, shooting 3 shots on the camera's bracketing system. Let's just quickly review those. I'll review them through the viewfinder. Oh yes, the underexposed one's nice. I think with an exposure blend of the underexposed and the correctly exposed one, I think we might have this. I'm going to start from a position of being underexposed by 1 stop, and we're going to do that again. Should remember as well. All right, hand in front so I know where my exposure brackets start and end. Right. So you know when I said this could be a very short video? Well, I probably wasn't telling the whole truth, because whilst I don't expect to move from where I am, I do expect to just stay here for a little while and wait for that sun to work other magic on that subject and just see really what happens over the course of the next half hour, 40 minutes or so, because the sun is dipping down obviously at an angle, so it's coming down on a curve and it's changing the way that this tree is being lit. And I'm hopeful that I might get something even better than what I think I've got right now. So sun has obviously dropped. We've got a different view, well, not a different view, but a different lighting on the tree now, and it's still very nice. We're still at 13th of a second. Sorry, no we're not. We're still at f13. Although if I think about that properly, I really ought to drop that a bit, I think, because if I want separation, I don't want to put too much detail in the background, do I? Perhaps a bit dumb of me to have done that in the first place. Let's drop it to f8. Dropping it to f8 gives me a 15th of a second with the current light, and according to the camera's meter, we're 1 stop underexposed at that, which is absolutely fine. We're still running off 3 bracketed shots, and we'll try another 1 or 2 when the sun dips that little bit more. It's just about catching the leaves now. It's just about making them that little bit golden, and it's really illuminating them nicely. I'm going to change this now to 1.7 stops underexposed and running off 3 again. We're going to see what happens there. I should have stuck my hand in front of here just to do that again, and we'll just do it again to make sure. I wish I remembered to do all of this stuff before I went off and wasted all of those frames. It doesn't matter how many I waste. It does matter how many you waste. And this is an important point. I think it matters a lot at how many frames you waste. Let's not call it waste. Let's call it just how many frames you shoot. And why it matters is really quite simple, because at some point you're going to get these off of that tiny little SD card, you're going to put them into a computer, you're going to put them into Lightroom or whatever it is you use, and you're going to have 195 shots of the same bloody shot, and working out which one you like most and which one you can do the most with gives you too much choice. You're sitting there for too long working out which one is the best. I'm horribly guilty of doing that. When I shot film and I had 36 per film, I was absolutely precious about those, and now I'm not, but I've forgotten the fact that I should be precious about my time afterwards as well. Something to think about. And light is disappearing quite quickly now. Let's just review these in the viewfinder. There's one in there that actually is really rather well exposed in itself. It's not really picking up much light at all now. It's a hand again and separate them. I don't think there's anything more here to be had. The sunset is rather nice. You can probably just about pick up the moon. That's quite a full moon. I was here just a few days ago and we were getting quite a crescent. In actual fact, I'm going to put, because I didn't shoot any video to go with the time that I haven't been doing a lot of video lately. I'm waffling, I know, but this is important. For the last week or so, I haven't actually been out with the video equipment. I've just been out as a photographer rather than a YouTuber. And that has helped me tremendously, because I'm not having to concentrate on different things. I'm not having to make sure that I get a shot and also get a video. And it makes, I can't tell you how liberating that has been for quite a while. But anyway, let's call it 5 days ago. It probably wasn't, but 5-ish days ago, I was here at dark, or just as the sun had gone down. We were getting some lovely colours in the sky over there. And I got one shot way over there, looking towards the old lighthouse, and there's the moon above it, and looking down a line of posts, fence posts and such. Really nice shot. It's not perfect. I'm going to put it up now because I'm really, really pleased with it. I hope you like this shot, and of course the tree shot at the end of this video. As ever, please like, share, subscribe, all of that stuff. If this has been in any way of interest to you, please watch some of my other stuff, like this video, and tell your friends. Thanks a lot. Here comes the shot from the other evening over there. Thanks for watching, as I said earlier. Like, subscribe, all of that kind of stuff. And here's the shot of that tree. Remember, it's the only shot I came to take, and indeed, it's the only shot I have taken on this trip. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. I hope you have. Take care.